All right, everybody, it's time for another stream. Welcome to the Rocks Roost. Hopefully, you can join us here. We're going to be getting back into good old Starfield in just a second. Give me 1 second here. I've got to pull up my dashboard so that I can see the chat. The docked chat for OBS is still giving me some problems post update, so we're going to do our best with what we have to work with, and that should be okay. Alrighty. Let's see, that should be okay. Hello and welcome everyone to another live stream of everyone's favorite game, right? But anyway, we're finding the fun here. We're going to switch to good old Roxanne. And we were about to go into the lodge when last we were together. So let us do that and see what's going on with this artifact. What you did not see in the last stream is me actually getting the artifact, because I started immediately after character creation. Hello, Vasco. How are you, my friend? So we go to the inventory and we go to miscellaneous. I think it's where it is. Yeah, artifact Ada. That's it. We don't know exactly what this does, and that's kind of the whole point of the game. Yeah. So let's see. One more small thing I have to check. Pardon me. 1,000 pardons, my friends. You want that here? It's all about layering. One of these days I'll have a second monitor, and we can actually, it'll be a lot easier for me to view the chat. Anyway, let us see. There we go. Now we're ready. Now enough farting around, Rock. There we go. The lodge is this way. Let's go in. Using that watch. How many folks got the super fancy edition of this that came with the watch?
Everyone will be in the library.
Okay.
Just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now. And he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Yeah, and say we will. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you actually got the version of the game that came with the watch. I kind of wanted it, but I was way too cheap.
We appear to have a visitor.
It's me.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
You mean Barrett? Yeah, well, pirates attacked, and Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
Oh,
but
come
that
on.
didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we?
Yes, let's do that.
What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Well, turns out that's an excellent question. It was bright lights and music. Yeah, but let's back up. How many times has this happened?
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time.
For the first time.
Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
Well, I would be happy to. It was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Okay.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Make sure you grab this.
The knot wasn't in doubt.
Permanently reduce fall damage by 5%.
Expect us to believe
Easy to
Barrett.
miss.
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
Looks like they already have a
But
couple.
gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see.
Look at that fireplace. Isn't that cool?
We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Okay, I got a question. Did you guys build this table just for this, or is this a multi-use table? I don't know.
That's
Anyway.
it. Just like the others.
Is it?
And to imagine, we thought there were
It's actually
only two of them
slightly
at first.
different. But, oh God, it's moving.
That's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together.
Now let me stand back
That
here.
energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them.
Oh, there were
This
3.
world
Now
is
there
a-
are 6, 7, 8.
You
8
have a
pieces.
heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Mm-hmm.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
Yeah, what are we going to do about me? Oh,
So,
God.
are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Well, you know, that sounds pretty good. Better than digging a hole in the dirt for a living, right? But what does it mean to be a part of Constellation? What's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Well, that kind of makes sense. How do you know about the artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
I'll be part of solving that puzzle, she says. Well, I guess I'm in.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay.
Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability?
Boost.
You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Indeed. 8,000 credits. All right, so how much money do we have at the moment? Yeah, I really wish the amount of credits were on this screen, but, you know, whatever. 16,198. That may seem like a lot, but it's really not. Okay. Well, let's just talk to
Sarah's the
everybody.
best possible person to be running Constellation at a time like this.
Okay.
Focused, no nonsense, and dedicated.
I guess before we talk to everybody, I just want to point out
Yes?
that I really like the design of this lodge. It feels familiar and yet foreign at the same time. The familiarity, for those of you who don't know, I was a planetarium director for about 20 years before I started doing YouTube and other internet things. And so we had a lot of stuff like this and like this and like this laying around in the planetarium and our science museum. So this makes me feel right at home. Like this is like the head from the Mars.
Another round of invoices coming in soon.
Yeah, okay. For the Mars Exploration Laboratory. There's an actual rover that's on Mars right now.
Progress requires funding.
So it's cool to see that there.
We're making good progress these days.
I'm guessing that's Amelia Earhart
Got me
up there.
around, Ms. Morgan. Who knows how you'd get by on your own?
Mm-hmm. Who
You
knows?
and I both know you have the credits to spare, and you love every minute of this. Can I help?
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point.
So they have a space station. Cool. And he must be the money man. Anyhow, I'm not sure who this is. I think this is someone that come along later. Fictional. This is Jacques Cousteau's ship. I would recognize this anywhere. The Calypso. I grew up watching the Cousteau specials on TV when I was a youngin', so that was pretty cool. Down here, there's a nice little like conservatory. Mothvine. What's it going to give me? It doesn't. Let's see. Fiber. Okay, good to know. Look at this thing. Are these native species? This is kind of like a hosta of some kind, but not exactly. These other things I don't recognize. It's like a giant sundew. Let's eavesdrop.
Asset to the group, Noel. Just wanted to make sure you didn't regret it.
There are days that are tough, sure. But if I weren't here, I wouldn't even know about all the incredible things we're discovering.
True. Oh, yeah. So what other kind of familiar thing? I love the bookcases. That's cool.
Something you need?
It's a telescope. Is it a Clark Brothers refractor? Or not Clark Brothers, Clark and Sons? I think it's probably meant to be. It generally resembles one. Alvin Clark and Sons was a legendary telescope maker in the mid to late 19th and early 20th century. Here's random dude. Vasco da Gama, maybe? Not sure. You know, his namesake. I'm sure that's who they named him for. I mean, I guess. Don't know who that is. Amundsen, maybe? I love this Apollo module. Apollo module model. You got the command module and the lunar excursion module and the service module. The entire thing right there. That is a model of the ship we used to go to the moon the first time. Pretty neat, huh? And we have Yuri Gagarin here, first man in space. And Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. Super neat. Okay. Enough of this. Let's talk to Vasco.
Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary.
All right.
Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Well, that is a huge part of the game. We are going to do that in the interest of moving along with the game, though. I think, well, I don't know. We'll ask. Why not?
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
So that is super cool, and it is a part of the game that I did not get to in my previous playthrough. I'm looking forward to getting into the meat and potatoes of that. It does sound useful, but what kind of advanced structures could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
How do I know if a planet has the resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
Okay, that sounds
The
useful.
blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
That is super cool. Do you miss Barrett?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
I really like the design of Vasco and other, I guess, Model A robots that we find throughout the game. It's interesting to look at. It kind of makes sense, to build a robot this way. But protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every mission on which we have embarked. It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful.
True.
I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
Gotcha. How long have you been part of Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
All right, I'm going to write something down. He seemed to indicate that Malcolm was the previous chair. And there's something about the way he said that. The previous chair makes me think...
I will continue to await your further input,
Okay,
Captain.
thank you. Makes me think immediately before Sarah.
Hey, have you been up to the eye recently?
But there's a question
Guess it's been
that I have about that, but we'll talk about it in a minute. I could use you on my crew, man.
Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Okay, so let's talk about that. The game's going to show us this. This is very important. This is for assigning companions to different crew slots, either on the ship or at outposts throughout the game. All right, so we are going to put him on the frontier because that's all we've got. If we use the bumpers, we can go to ship. We can go to current outpost, it'll show up here. The things Vasco can do for us is he boosts our fusion output, the EM weapon systems, and the shield systems of the ship. So that's what he does.
People love that kind of space.
To access that, we go to the menu, and you go down here to ship. And there is the ship. You can see details about the ship. We'll go over that in more detail later. I'm still getting a grasp on this myself. All right, so press Y to go to the crew. And there you see, that's how we get back to that screen. The cargo hold, we press X. This shows the things we have stored in the ship. Right now we have some ship parts. That's how you fix your ship during or after battle, that sort of thing. Kind of like a med pack for the ship. Resources. We've got a crap load of resources here. And there we go. So we have someone on the ship. He will, I guess he'll go on over there. Let's talk to Noel.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
I agree. We're going to quick save, and
That
talk.
was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noel. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Well, you're most welcome. Sarah said something about a place for me to stay. You seem to know a lot about the artifacts. Well, that's not true. They don't really know anything. What other types of work does Constellation have other than looking for artifacts?
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Gotcha. Well, exploration is the other giant part of this game, so let's see. What do you think about that vision, by the way?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Right. Well, it wasn't random synapses. It certainly means something.
Sure, I'm not trying to suggest otherwise. I wasn't there when it happened. I'm just thinking it through. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared.
Okay, got
We're
it.
all in this together now, right?
We are. Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right.
That sounds good.
So you've seen the library, obviously.
Yeah, this is it. Look at all these books.
Quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions.
Okay.
Gardens are out the doors there.
All right, we saw
If
that.
you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part. At least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago.
You've got something
It
for
was
me?
a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Not yet. All right, so up here. What is this? Oh, that goes to the roof. That's someone's room. Okay, quit screwing around. Wonder who lives here. That's the hallway. And another room. I wonder whose room this is. You could probably guess by looking at the things inside. Don't know whose room that is. Anyhow, sorry.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
I agree. I just have to say, I love this painting here. Look at this. The composition is just amazing. I love that. Okay. Anywho, I would buy a print of that to hang on my wall. I also kind of like this. I mean, most of this art's okay, but that's nice. It looks more like a photograph. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned
There's
for
my
each
room.
of us, so I'd better get back to it.
Okay.
Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy.
Thank you. Yeah, so the same painting is here. It reminds me, the color palette and the values used here reminds me of Christ on the Sea of Galilee. The famous Rembrandt that is missing was stolen back in the 90s, I think. Storm on the Sea of Galilee. Anyway, I like landscape paintings that are in portrait aspect. I mean, I like landscape paintings in general, but there's something about that that's just very moody and excellent. It kind of reminds me of Death Stranding as well, which is a game that I particularly like. This reminds me of Chesley Bonestell. He's a famous space artist. That might actually be one of Bonestell's paintings, I'm not sure. But it's very reminiscent of Bonestell. Should look him up if you're interested. That looks somewhat Bonestellish, but almost kind of like a Dan Derda, another good space artist. Is this the Enterprise? Possibly. This is a ship. I don't know which ship. Oh well, quit screwing around. Here's our room, which is pretty nice, really. We just lucked into this. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Many Charles Dickens books in the world. You'll find that out as you play. And here is a storage container that is infinite, which is kind of handy. So I'm going to go ahead and put things in here that we don't really need. Like, we're not going to do melee, I don't think. I'll throw that in there. Space Adept is a quality that I'm not really in love with. You do a lot of battles on the ground. Not as many in space, and it hampers you while you're on the ground, so we may eventually sell that. In fact, I'll just hang on to it, and we will sell that. Spacesuit. We'll sell this suit. Okay, just getting my bearings here. The packs, we'll use the Constellation one, sell the other two. Resources, I'll go ahead and store these. And any books that weigh anything, I'll also store. There is a book collector later in the game that we are going to want to find and interact with. All right, so there's that. When a container like this has something in it, the little lights light up. Here's the case for the watch, which is neat. Succulent. We are just a little hurt, so let's just take a cat nap. Alright, sounds good to me. Okay. What is on down this way? These are mostly rooms. There's a storage room somewhere. Oh, and there's a commode. I wanted to show you also. This is another neat painting. I really love that. I love the light hitting the water. It really causes the clouds to pop. Neat. Okay. Yeah, so the conference room is here. Or common room. It's kind of cramped, but you know, I could see having some meetings in here. I could also see falling asleep in here. Do you hear that white noise? Kind of crazy. Anyway. This is the storage room, I think. Yeah, there's a closet. This place is pretty cool. Let's go meet the other folks. It's a tree. Now that's the roof door. Let's go find Walter.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Okay, that's fine.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know
Ask
something
if you've got
no
questions.
one else does.
Speak up if you have ideas.
I can't sit there with him.
We're all here for this.
Well,
Hey, Walter.
I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
Well, I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time.
Okay.
So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
So you must be the pocketbook. Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment.
Okay.
Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is.
Okay, that
I'm a
sounds
fan
good.
of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Gotcha. Well, I think I understand this, but what is your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Agreed. Do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Well, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
Yeah. So Stroud Eklund is a spaceship company, I believe, but I'm going to ask anyway.
We're most well known for ship manufacture.
Okay.
No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
All right. Well, this isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO. I don't know why I'd say that, but I'm going to say it.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the lodge home as much as anywhere else.
Okay. Makes sense.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
I gotcha. Hey, Mateo.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Why, thank you. One thing I want to say, he is part of a religious sect, and they all wear this, or at least the clergy in that, wear these hats that remind me of the cap that Apollo astronauts wear, or wore, under the helmet. I'm sure that's on purpose. The artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Gotcha. What do you make of the vision?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence.
No, probably not.
Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
Yeah, if it meant something I didn't understand it. I know it's important. I can feel it. Maybe just going crazy. Never experienced anything like it. You think this was religious? Well, I know it's important.
It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why.
Agreed.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Well, what brought you here?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation.
Ah.
After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Gotcha. We'll see you.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, good to meet you. Both of you. This is a nice fireplace you got. Look at the duck. Anyway, I don't know who this is. I feel like I probably should
Lately,
know.
I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
Cool. Well, thanks for your support.
I hope Barrett makes it back to us.
Oh, he'll be
I know he
fine.
gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still.
Before we go,
Hello, Captain.
I want to show you the basement. Down here, there are those resources old Walter was talking about. So here's where you can upgrade weapons. We can't do much now because we're so low level. Spacesuit. We can make complex materials out of simple materials. Here's just some tools and things. You don't need these. These are just for decoration, really. Metabolic agent. That's a resource. This is where you research making other materials. You need to research things here before you can do other things elsewhere. So, like if we go to weaponry, for instance, and if we do the research needed for ammunition 1, which we could do if we had some small primers. We have the copper and the lead, looks like, up in storage upstairs. And I don't think that storage is linked, but let's check. Oh, apparently it is. Okay, that's good. So we just throw that in. The small primers we don't have, but we may find those somewhere. Maybe able to buy them from a weapon shop or something like that. But anyway, once we have finished this research, then we can make these 7.77 mil rounds over at the other workbenches, you see. So that's how that works. Won't get too deep down into it, but that's why you need the resources to do the research, and then you need resources also to, make the upgrades. So everything is very resource heavy. This is where you would make medicine, and this is where you'd make food. This is the mission board she was talking about. Alrighty. So the rewards here, this is pretty straightforward, I think. We would be looking for an amphibious foothold in Kumasi. We're looking for an experienced explorer to locate a planet with amphibious foothold in the Kumasi system. This may require surveying multiple planets within the system. The rewards are quite substantial for this, so it's probably beyond our ability, but let's go ahead and choose it anyway. A mission to locate a planet trait is the most challenging survey mission. You will need to search an entire solar system for a planet that has the target trait. Locate planets in the target system that have traits. This is indicated at the bottom of the planet's info card on the star map. Unsurveyed planets will have unknown traits. Alrighty. So, we need several things to do. We're locating. And this is a survey mission. So we have to go there and fully survey Oberon, which is a moon of Uranus, I believe. That's in the Sol system. That's where we live now in real life. Not on Oberon, of course, but in the Sol system. The sun's proper name is Sol. Let's just go ahead and, just select them all. We don't have to do them right away. None of these are time limited. If they were, it would say in the description. So let's see. It's just more storage. Here's someone's quarters. I don't know whose. Somebody lives down here. There's the toilet. For some reason, I've always thought it was Noel's quarters. Because it's down here with, like, the research stations and whatnot. But I'm probably wrong. This is the storage room. I assume this is where the artifact, the first one, was found. Oh, it's locked. We can't get in there, darn it. This is a way to the well. But the door's locked to get out, so there's no point in going there now. You need some kind of key. In fact, let me just go. I don't remember the key you need. I might be able to find it. Having a path that goes into the well from here would be kind of nice. You see it's kind of trashy down here. The well is sort of the Undercity. Very reminiscent of the Undercity on Terrace in Knights of the Old Republic, if you recall that game. I'm just going to quickly go through here because I remember where I'm going. There's something interesting going on here, though. There's like some butchering going on. Hell of a mess. Chunks special sauce. I'm feeling like there might be a quest tied to this at some point, so I don't want to screw with that. So this is the door. Requires a key. It doesn't say what kind of key. Okay. Let me use my scanner. It's possible that it's laying around here, but very unlikely. Oh well, whatever. Can I take a shortcut through there? Okay. Let's head on out. Okay. Now let's go get old Sarah. Can go do something. Hey, you're sitting at the desk. Hey yourself.
So, are you ready to get to work?
I'm over here.
Or was there something else?
Thank you. How well known is this outfit?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
Well, I got you. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
Gotcha. I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Alrighty. I'm excited.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Alright, got it.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Yeah, we like that. Sounds good.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
You know, I like to fancy myself as a true neutral, but I'm not convinced that there is such a thing. Let's go. Now, let us check the old neighborhood. Dream home. See your parents. Yeah, we want to do this. We want to do that. We also want to get a cappuccino for Donna, so let's go find our parents. First thing first, I guess, it would be prudent to go around town and discover most of these places so that we can fast travel. Yeah. One thing I would like to recommend is if you want to play this game, do not steal anything. No matter what the temptation, because you will get dragged into a very long and very significant request, and you can get dragged into it right now.
That scientist out in front of Mast.
Yeah, here you go.
Sounds upset. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
That's the quest I'm talking about. To complete that quest, you will have the option of stealing something. I did that in my first playthrough, and I ended up getting dragged into this big, like, very significant quest that I didn't understand anything that was going on because I didn't understand the lore all that well, you see. At that time, I'd been to the lodge, but I told Sarah, oh, wait a little bit, I need to get my bearings first. I went back out into town, got dragged into that quest, and it just spiraled out of control quickly. And I think that soured a lot of my first playthrough.
Just tell me how many zeros I need to add to the offer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, but we can't sell to you. UC citizens only.
Right, so we're not a citizen, we can't buy either. Okay. So we won't worry about... We won't worry too much about the man by the tree right now. We will do that quest, and as long as you don't steal an item, you don't have to worry about getting dragged in. You could apply for a job. We'll do that later. There's the big bank. They play a significant role as we continue forward. Alright, Outland. This is a store that sells, like, spacesuits and stuff.
I feel...
You got that? We don't really need to go there right now.
Wow. You look completely different.
Here's the distribution center. That's where you steal the item in question. The woman, like, she has a thing that you need, and she's a real, you know, hateful person about it, and she tries to extort you, which is why I decided to steal the item. Here's the enhance. We'll just pick that up. Just picking up fast travel points is really all I'm doing right now. Here's the Terra Brew. We'll pick up Donna's cappuccino while we're here.
As you can see, traffic is good.
Hello and welcome to Thanks for choosing Terra Brew. What can I get you?
Yeah, I want a cappuccino,
Please take
please.
your time.
We're going to buy the cappuccino. And that's it.
And the sales in the fest didn't dip at all when the second started.
Alrighty. Let's go up there. We didn't equip the pack. Do we not have a pack on? No, it's not a boost pack. Okay. Jump. Oh, that's right. You have to have a skill point to even use the boost pack. That's kind of stupid. I wish that wasn't the case. Here's a restaurant. Alright, so... there's some quests we could do there. The news channel, but... I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I think we'll go on and see old Mommy and Dad.
Ooh, long way down.
Oh, shut up.
Hey. Been looking for you.
You have?
Hey. I'm
What's
glad
up?
I finally caught up with you.
Are you?
I'm from the Trackers Alliance. We have a proposal for you.
Your skin tone and hair go with your spacesuit very well. I'm listening.
Good. Because what I'm about to tell you could change the course of your life. The Trackers Alliance has been following your exploits and believe you have what it takes to join our ranks. You're being invited to our new headquarters in Aquila City. There you'll meet with Agent Number 1, If you decide to consider our offer, they'll guide you through our initiation process.
I don't think this was in the game upon launch. I'll be there.
Wonderful. I appreciate you hearing me out. I'll be heading out soon if there's nothing more. Remember, Trackers Alliance HQ in Akela City. Speak to Agent Number 1.
Number 1. Who is number 1? You are number 6. Sorry, Sarah. You'll have to catch the next one. Alrighty, so the Trackers Alliance is kind of like a bounty hunters guild.
We're hiring if you're interested. Ask in the security office.
Alrighty. Good. Good to know. You can pick up a lot of little miscellaneous quests from guards and whatnot. Dawn's Roost. Alright, let's go see Ma and Paul. Do. Here we are. Hey, Papa.
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, daughter, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right?
Now, one thing I want to know that is very cool, the appearance of your parents changes depending on what your appearance is when you start the game. I'm sure it doesn't change if you go to enhance and get your appearance changed. I mean, I assume it doesn't. So that's definitely a nice touch. You resemble a combo of them, which is neat. Better than all right. I'm working with Constellation.
Well, I'll be. Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things.
You get some really cool stuff from Mom and Dad as the game plays out. Every mom says their kid is special, but I guess you were right. I don't want to say that. Stop. You're making me blush.
Hey, if I don't get to sing your praises as much as I like, no one can. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey.
Right.
Let the girl catch her breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
All right. So here we are. This is my room. Look at it. It's just, there's my cat. Oh. Sorry. Let's just dump all this crap. Could we... Nothing in the box. Okay. Just put it down. Wooden puzzle box. There's a bed. What's this? Backpack. Extra capacity. Backpack note from Mom. I patched up your old high school backpack. Good as new. There's so many pockets in there. One of them had an old apple and... well, it's clean now. I know you're all grown, but the backpack has the best storage on the market. Maybe you could use it with Argus. If not, let me know and I'll donate it. Love, Mom. So yeah, if you put this on, your carrying capacity increases by 10. And the units are kilograms. Was I obsessed with the Illuminati or something? I don't know. Fleshy parspooch. What? Parsec pooch. Skin cream bottle. Are you serious? I don't want to know what we use that for. Of course, we are a girl. Usually. Here I am in my dorky Like miner suit. Hello.
You've been loafing around the house all day.
I've been reading. It's good stuff. It's about...
Look at her digging through my stuff.
I've spent my
I guess this is Mom and Dad's room. It's a mess too.
And how has that worked out?
Ouch. Touché.
We are going for a walk later.
Nice apartment. What is this?
Constellation sounds magical, like a storybook.
Yeah.
I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day.
Oh, pshaw.
So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life?
Oh, not
With you being
really.
in Constellation now, I imagine you are quite the catch.
Nah. Nothing to report yet.
Just so you know, your dad cannot wait to be a grandpa. So don't keep him or me waiting too long. I know. I won't get into more right now.
Well, now I see that it's true. Mothers have an irresistible urge to interfere in their children's love life.
I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want you to consider this your home away from home.
Okay.
Your bed is always yours, no questions asked. I mean, well, I will ask questions, but you can stay.
I'm over
and know
here.
The answers.
Okay.
No bother at all. Stay as long as you like.
I got it.
Anything you want to talk about, dear?
Any gossip?
Well, one of your old classmates made junior VP at Galbank. Their father was bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing these days?
Now that we're both retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's just happy as a clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know the history of every little thing. It's nice to have time to do both, though.
Fascinating. I'm not going to say that.
You're welcome anytime.
All right.
And I mean anytime.
I still can't believe it. Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well, romantic, almost. But how is it for real? You liking it?
So far, so good.
Playing it cool, huh? That's so you. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree. Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake.
Yeah, congrats.
I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering.
Got any plans?
Planning a proper, honest-to-goodness vacation. Nothing too fancy. I've been promising your mom a trip for years, and I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out.
Sure. Do you need anything?
You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you know.
How are things going?
Retirement's treating me well, but there are some days I almost missed the classroom. Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind.
Sounds good. I'll see ya.
Stay as long as you like.
All right, fellas. Let's go, Sarah. Let's get out of here. Oh, I fell over the vase. Oh. Now, what do we do? There's several things we can do. I'm going to... head to the Mass District. Do a little fast travel. And good old Donna Rain's going to be down here.
Our whole office is getting moved to Gagarin.
Really?
There she is. I got your cappuccino.
I have a feeling today's going to be...
Here it is.
Thank you so much.
Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis. Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again.
What was it?
Really
What is it?
appreciate it.
Milk. Okay.
Don't be a stranger.
Well, you know, I'm not going to say no. Let us head to the spaceport. And we'll just go ahead and prepare to go. How about that?
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat.
Do you? Okay, let's just fast travel over to the frontier.
Time to get this ship moving.
All right, so let us see. We want to just go ahead and... oh, wait. We were supposed to go to mast, weren't we? Whoops. I'll leave it to me. Check out the ship's inventory. Here we go. This is how you check it. Is that really an activity? What am I supposed to be looking for? Man, I'm not really sure why this is a thing. I just take something out of it? Okay. We'll put the resources, wait, aid. Ship parts, those are heavy. Don't carry those around, good lord. Ship parts, there we go, 70. Alright, it knows we know, okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Now we'll go to mast.
Hello.
Since you have to fast travel in this game so much anyway, I just suck it up and use it. Okay.
We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast.
Gotcha. Let's run. Which is the big building right up there. Mast. I don't know what it stands for. Whoobadoo. Now, we're not going to stand and listen to it, but you got some Vanguard pilots taking the oath there. That's something we can do.
Best of your abilities.
We're not going to do it right now, but that is something we can do. Hello, everyone. What's going on?
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
Okay, thank you. Vanguard.
Sarah. By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it!
Thought I'd run
Is it you? Is it really, really
another space explorer.
Oh my goodness.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies for some credits?
Even
UC citizenship?
Here's Bethesda.
But now that I know it's you,
oh God.
What are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead.
This
I changed my routine for one day, and here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be.
Yeah, so we picked a perk to get this. It's definitely not.
Are you saying I looked you up, tracked you down, and followed you all the way here? Who'd be crazy enough to do that? I'd have to know what you looked like first, and now I do. Either way, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Lead the way.
Yeah. Welcome aboard. Won't you need a costume?
Good point. I'll start working on it right away, as soon as I learn how to sew. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. Do you have an academy where fans can practice groveling at your feet? If not, I can start one.
This is just beyond reality, but anyway.
You won't be disappointed.
Okay. We'll just put him on the thing. All right. See ya. Sorry.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Now you can ask him all about this, but basically it's like a reserve fleet or like a civilian air corps, essentially. Kind of like that. But maybe later.
All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two.
Okay.
Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised.
Mm.
Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
All right. We'll talk to him.
Sol system has a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Anything you can tell me about Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Mars at its best, huh? Did he say where he found the ornament?
You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Okay, thanks for your help.
Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Gotcha. All right, so now we go to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Let me just pull up the planet map. Pull up the planet map. There we go. And we'll just go straight to the ship.
When you're ready to launch.
We'll be sitting in the cockpit and everything. And I'm going to save it right here, and we're going to end the stream. Thanks for joining me here today. If you're watching the VOD, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Your support means everything to me. Leave me a great comment below and like the video before you go if you liked it. For now, I'll bid you adieu wherever you are, whenever you are. See you next time. Bye-bye.